Hello and welcome to another drag queen with another podcast that no one really wants to hear. But we are in quarantine, so as everyone else is doing, we are taking to the internet and we're taking to the skies to give you content. I'm Monroe Adams.
And I'm Rosé Zinfandel.
And we are
the QuaranQueens.
Oh. In isolation, your hands are clean. Join us now. We are your QuaranQueens.
Oh my god.
Sorry, it's not dry, it's wet. It's wet, I promise, it's wet.
Go wash your hands. So, what's been going on?
So a couple people have been quite sick. A couple people have lost their jobs. A couple people seem to be really good friends with people in the government who seem to know a lot more than they're alluding on to.
Yeah, rumours.
But that's just what I've heard.
Rumours and speculation are flying around at this
point.
Rumours
and speculations. Yeah, my dad drives a lorry and he bumped into a woman who runs MI6 and her daughter said that she met a truck driver who said that a carrier pigeon was coming over from Malaysia just to let us know that at some point shit's going to go down. Do you know what I mean?
And I heard it on the wind. So you know, all sources all sources point to lockdown.
All sources point to Heinz 57 varieties. Just like Corona. But yeah, so we're all in well, we're not all in lockdown, but we're all social distancing. So Rosé and I have decided to bring you a brand new podcast, and we're actually recording it from different sides of the world, well, different sides of London, different sides of southwest London, to be quite precise.
It has to be, because we're currently isolating, so, you know.
We're social distancing, and also, she's a bit stinky.
Oh, wow, okay. Look, listen, my symptoms may differ from yours, but we're all going through the same virus, so, you know.
Stinky brittle bone disease.
Pack it in. Right, so, I mean, in our line of work, if you don't know us, we are two drag performers. Last week, this wouldn't have crossed anyone's minds that literally everyone would just be flat out of the job. And it's affected...
No, fully.
It's affected everyone that we know. And we're all literally just twiddling our thumbs. Well, opposed to the people making online content.
Yeah.
And everyone's just... Yeah.
Which is great, you know, because obviously a lot of people... You know, regardless of the work aspect, you know, it is an art form and people want to go out and see it and support their friends and support the people that they like. So it's really great that people are actually offering like online things. Like Poppycock and Dixie did a live stream yesterday from the safety of their own home. It was a wonderful, wonderful evening I had by all. And there's various other things going on as well. What is it? Dolly Trolley did her drag aerobics just from the comfort of her own lounge.
Yes, yeah, keeping people fit whilst they're, you know, fighting off zombies of the corona.
My corona.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, zombies. Is it coming? I think it might be.
See, I watched, I did that Netflix party thing that many people are doing. It allows you to watch Netflix at the same time as someone else remotely. And we decided to watch...
Do you have enough friends to do that?
Yeah, I have one. So yeah, it was enough. But
so it was just like a Skype call.
Exactly. It was it was a line, point to point. But we watched Quarantine, which had me quarantine.
Who's the actress in that? I can't remember.
Oh, I couldn't bloody tell you. It's like
Jessica. Is that like Jessica Alba or something?
It was very B-roll. It was good, and it stands as a highly regarded horror movie, but
oh yeah,
couldn't tell you who was in it.
I remember watching it when I think I watched it when I was like 12, and I only got about halfway through it because I got scared and I was at a sleepover and I had to go home. Explains
half of your trauma at least.
Yeah, it explains part of it. Yeah, I did see this one. Isn't it in like it's in a like an apartment building?
It is an apartment building, but anyways,
it's just foreshadowing what's going to happen to me in the coming weeks.
It did make me fearful that it's going to manifest what's going to happen around us. But let's reel it back. Jokes aside, it's not that bad. We need to be careful. We need to be very cautious and, you know, isolate if we need to. But it's not.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's not going to be the end of days. Although would that be fun? Would that be Would that be something that we want?
Well, exactly. Let's hope. My current thing that I've discovered today, on top of all of the people, everyone yesterday, like everyone's aunties were like, oh, well, Jonathan from the news said this, and he knows someone in the government. I woke up this morning to a voice note from a friend of mine of a random woman who was like, hello everyone, so today I met up with a doctor friend of mine on the island. I'm like, okay, what island? Firstly, who are you? Secondly, what island are you on? Is she from Animal Crossing? I think so. And it's Tom Nook. There we go, it was Tom Nook. But yeah, and she's like, oh, so the doctor has given me, he's discovered things in China about like how the virus is made. And so she was like, these are some steps that he's said are the best way to like combat it. I have to translate them from Spanish. I was like, okay, so many questions.
Sorry,
right now.
the answers to the Chinese manufacturing, first of all, was also, it needed to be translated from Spanish.
From Spanish, yeah. Very confusing. But there was all of these different steps and about it being like, I mean, obviously we know it's like respiratory, but like it was all these different steps. It was like, drink hot water every 20 minutes. I was like, I'm going to be pissing. I'm not going to leave the fucking bathroom. But the funniest thing that came out of it, and I'll have to play the soundbite for you. I can't because my phone's plugged in. But we'll put it in post.
We'll put it in post.
We'll put it in post.
We'll put it here.
In post. But it was my friend sent it to me this morning. I really hope he doesn't mind me saying this. But his stepmom was like, I've just heard that from Dr. Bullshite that you shouldn't be drinking alcohol. And it was because she was like apparently trying to get my friend's dad to just stop drinking. So she just sent that and was like, I've heard from the doctor that you should not be drinking because if you drink, you might die. But at least you won't get coronavirus. It's really funny. We'll pop it in. I hope, Alex, I hope you don't mind me putting this in.
That's okay. It's beyond the scope. This is a pandemic. We're allowed to put it in. It's for the greater good. It's for the public.
Here is some information from Dr. Balderdash, who talks what is commonly known as garbage. Please follow it if you want to avoid getting the coronavirus. Do not drink any alcohol, particularly red wine. In fact, do not drink anything at all. You will then probably die and will not get the coronavirus.
Drag name? Pandemic.
Pamela Denick? No. Pan.
Pamela Demick. No, but Pam for short. Just Pam.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Ham. A Pam and cheese sandwich.
So yeah, it's been a very interesting turn of events. Things have developed.
It has
horrendously quickly, which has led to a lot of supermarket panic buying, which I experienced yesterday for the first time.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. It hasn't happened. I mean, it has happened quickly, but it hasn't been happening quickly around the rest of the world. The UK has just been like, no, everything will be fine. And then, like, in the last 4 days, they're like, oh shit. And then it's like, obviously not fine.
Yeah, no, the speed of our kind of damnation has been in how quickly we've realized, like, oh shit, this is actually something to like fear. Because like the news has been around for weeks now, and it wasn't.
The news has been around for years.
Years.
We've had the news for years, Rosé.
See, like, case in point, I've reacted so slowly. I don't even know how long this has been going on.
I didn't even realize that we had the news. Yeah, that's the thing. But the UK has just been kind of blithely unaware of the fact and just been like, oh, we'll be fine, don't worry. Which, I mean, like, ultimately, I mean, it probably will be fine. But people are losing their jobs, people are being made redundant. So that's the bit that's not fine. It's just definitely not big fucking oops.
Yeah, huge, monumental oops.
Big whoopsie daisy. A huge mental oops. Although I think one of the best things to come out of this, albeit just that one soundbite of Cardi B just going coronavirus, like it's all that's going around my head at the moment. It's just Cardi B.
Cardi B has been I think the pop star or the rap star of the coronavirus. But to be honest, it's quite good because Cardi B is actually short for cardiobronchitis, so it's all respiratory. It's
Well, this is the thing. She was already batshit crazy, and now we've put her in isolation, and now she's just lost any semblance of normality that she had in her brain, has just fully snapped. And she's like, which of y'all work in the Pentagon, I want to know? And I'm just like, oh, God.
Yeah.
She's going to implode.
This just in, Cardi B has got cabin fever. She's lost her entire mind.
Yeah, fully. She's finally lost touch with reality. And that's fine, because I think we're all on our way there. Yeah,
it's fine though. It's something that will be in history books from now, and it's good. Mm-hmm. It's good for comparison, as I'm sure there have been other pandemics. My parents were telling me about. I think it was 2008 or 4, maybe there was something else. Not to this scale.
I was going to say, not the last thing to this scale was the Spanish influenza. I doubt your parents remember that.
They are, I'm not gonna comment on their age, but
God, only true 90s kids will remember the Black Plague.
Yeah, but I mean,
1790.
We've come to a modern age where we don't have to deal with anything like too serious. Either it's dealt for us, or it's censored, or it's persuaded by.
We're just so numbed and nihilistic that we just go, all right.
No, exactly. I mean, our generation, our way of coping is the kind of old-fashioned British way of, keeping your spirits up and mighty jolly, sire.
Well, our generation's thing is just like, well, something's going to kill us eventually.
Exactly. Like the nihilistic spirit is what's keeping us going. And honestly, quite frankly, being isolated is not the tea for me. Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Making the jokes and distracting myself, it's the only way to kind of pull through efficiently, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. Which brings us on to fun activities that you can do whilst you're self-quarantined. Wow.
Do you want to
self-isolating?
Do you want to take that back?
Should I take that one back?
Yeah, take that back.
Which brings us on to fun activities that you can do whilst self-isolating. But first, a message from our sponsor. Soap. Wash your fucking hands. Okay, so fun activities you can do while... Oh, God, is it dry?
Oh, it's dry. It's a dry, hefty cough. I'm going under.
She's going in dry. Oh. Yeah, there was this tweet making the rounds yesterday of this girl who... Let me see if I can find it. I liked so much shit today. I am absolutely obsessed with this video of celebrities singing Imagine, all in like just different keys and time signatures. So wonderful.
Oh, it's horrendous.
Then there's that random video of Millie Bobby Brown that's circulated, and she's like, I'm a dreamer! Like, perfect bib. Love her.
Oh, shout out to friend of the podcast, homophobic icon, Millie Bobby Brown, whatever her name is. What's her name? Millie
Bobby Brown. What did you say?
Oh, I said Millie Ray as in Billy Ray. My bad.
Millie Ray. Millie Ray. Cyrus, Bobby Brown. DaCosta. Okay.
The homophobic country icon, Millie Ray.
Oh dear. Where is this? Where's it gone? Basically, it was this girl, and she was like, just to keep some sanity and normality in my life, and to keep my brain from losing it, I've created a plan, a schedule of things to do in my day. I won't do all of them, but like they're all there just in case. So it's quite nice because it's like, something for the mind, something for the body, something for exercise. Like it's a thought out idea and it makes sense. However, it starts at 7 a.m.
Oh.
Which is an ungodly time to wake up. If you've been told, right, take some time off work, the first thing I'm doing is sleeping in till noon every day. And yet this girl's out here like, no, I will wake up at 7 a.m. every day. And most of Twitter just started dragging her for the fact of, why the fuck would you get up at 7 a.m. if you don't have to work? But my favorite thing in the whole of it, sorry, I'm still trying to find it so I can actually quote it quote for quote.
No, I think
I can't be asked.
you've sparked my memory.
My favorite.
Is it the screenshot of the notes where she's made a routine for herself? So it's basically like 7 a.m. wake up, 8 a.m. something for the mind. It was like reading or yoga, and then it said like start to study, do a puzzle if you have time.
Do a puzzle.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was just not like there was just loads of it, and it was like I get what she means, but I was like, please stop. And she only allotted herself 2 hours for being lazy. I'm like, wow, okay, come for my wig. But my favorite
at 22 hours, and that's the ideal,
and that's perfect.
Yeah.
My favorite thing of the whole thing, you know, this was a list of things to do when you're quarantined, was go for a walk. Go for a walk. Madam, the whole point of being quarantined is that you stay inside.
In open spaces.
Where are you going to go for a walk?
In open spaces,
you are. Go for a walk?
You can go for a cycle. It's just keeping your distance from people. It's not airborne.
Right.
That's the thing people need to know. So do not lock your doors and windows. Please get some air.
Too late.
Oh,
too late.
Starve.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. Everyone's like calling it quarantine, but like quarantine is. In my mind, well, it's that movie that we mentioned before. In my mind, it's, you know, like lock yourself in.
Quarantine is what happens when you are infected with something and they need to cordon off an area to contain it. Isolating yourself.
Okay, well, we need to cut out this entire bit because now I just sound really fucking dumb.
No, it's okay. It's a learning experience. we're both here to learn.
I'm not here to learn. I finished school years ago.
Well, I'm here to teach. So buckle up, bucko.
Oh, God. So I also just want to, on the topic of quarantine, I feel like we haven't talked about it enough. In order to move myself away from the sounds of the busy road outside, I have locked myself between all of the doors in my flat so as to create a vacuous space. I have also created an absence of air, so it's getting very, very hot. Very hot.
Yeah, I've trapped myself in a similar situation. I'm currently tucked in bed in what only was described yesterday as a Hugh Hefner dressing gown, and I'm starting to.
Oh wow! Yep.
Starting to.
Yep, that's definitely
get a little hot, but you know, it's there's no fever you can't sweat out. So if we do have any bad juju, we'll just drip it out, drip dry.
Just splish splash. I was taking a bath.
Perfect.
No.
No.
Splish. So what are your favorite things to do during the quarantine? I am a really big fan of coming up with various games with my many thumbs and renegotiating magenta. I think
I like
well on the list.
I like sitting down in a comfortable position and remembering restaurants.
Honestly, take me back to a time when restaurants.
Honestly, TBT.
Period. TBT.
Throwback.
TBR. Throwback restaurant. Just throw it over your shoulder.
TBP. Throwback pandemic. Let's all just long for the days gone by. But actually,
remember that. Remember that pandemic.
There's more to do than you think. So if you're not an artiste like anyone, like either of us or people that we know who are making content not only to.
Oh, if you are an artiste, I've got a wonderful thing that you can do with your time.
Oh, go on.
Artiste, drag, or visual or otherwise. Well, actually not or otherwise. Basically, I was going to say, use this time to clean your makeup brushes because that shit takes time.
Okay, next question.
Time that no one has.
What I like to do...
And this is a good time to clean your makeup brushes. Well, Rosé doesn't clean her makeup brushes, as is evident, but...
It enhances the pigment.
It's a wonderful time.
It enhances all of the pigments.
Of your natural rosacea and your natural psoriasis.
Exactly. My eczema has never been more flourished. Anyways,
Merry eczema.
Something I like to knock about doing is go to the kitchen. Learn to make something out of the shit in the cupboard, because Lord knows you're not really going to find your ideal shopping haul in Asda or Lidl. So try and look up recipes for stuff that you do have. That could be quite fun and entertaining.
What can you make with a couple of bits of spirally pasta, some thrush cream, and a rotten garlic?
A wild Friday night,
Find
honey.
A wild Friday night, that's correct. I have in the back of my my cupboard, courtesy of gorgeous, wonderful natural woman Holly Stars, I have a can of 4 tinned beef burgers in an onion gravy.
Oh God, not that fucking thing. Oh.
And the first thing I thought when the concept of lockdown was coming into play and everyone was like, oh no, we have to clear out Morrison's of walnuts. I was like, I swear to God, if I resort to having to eat those fucking burgers,
they might be nice.
I'm going to travel over to, you hear me, Holly, I hope you're listening to this. I'm going to come over to France and I'm going to smack you on the top of the nose. Just a little, like you know when a dog's been naughty? No.
Just a light boop on the nose, but slightly heavier just for bad behaviour.
A little bit of force behind it, just so that she knows naughty.
She'll learn. It's learned behaviour.
Naughty girl. It is learned behaviour. I don't want to know who she learned it from. I'm guessing Mama Stars or Gary. Either way.
Free Gary, by the way.
Not impressed.
Free Gary, absolutely.
Oh, team Free Gary, absolutely.
# Free Gary movement is almost more important than the pandemic.
Almost. It has been overshadowed somewhat.
Ever so slightly.
Also, massive shout out to the Crossy at the moment. She's doing wonderful things. Christmas next week.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
So the Crossy, a queer performer from London, has been doing absolutely fabulous things. She's been selling bits of unwanted clothing to then donate to out of work performers, which has been incredible.
Love.
She's been singing quite choice karaoke on her lives, and it's all been very entertaining. Honestly, she's been an absolute angel in all of this.
And now she's decided to have Christmas next week. Next Wednesday will be pandemic Christmas.
Tune into
the whole thing's going to be live streamed.
Yeah, tune into the Crossy on Instagram next week. There's going to be a Christmas extravaganza.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and they've also resorted to the one thing that every gay is going to have to resort to at some point.
OnlyFans. Yeah.
OnlyFans. No, obviously, but the Crossy has said, hi babe, if you're listening, they'll be donating everything. It's a free OnlyFans. You don't have to pay any money to subscribe to it. But any tips that you do give, they'll be donating again to out of work queer artists who can't make any money at the moment, which again is wonderful. So if you want to take a little peek at the Cross's PP, drop them a DM and follow them on OnlyFans, and drop them a tip as well to see their tip. Hey.
Wow. Okay. I love seeing,
as if that was written.
I love seeing healthy exploitation of your own body for a good cause.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a wonderful thing.
Consent is sexy, especially when you're consenting to yourself.
Exactly. And by default, the rest of the world.
Well, exactly.
It's perfect.
I consent to the internet to... Actually, I don't consent to the internet. I'm not going anywhere near OnlyFans.
I deny the internet. Point blank.
I deny access. Period.
This podcast isn't actually going online because I resent the internet. It's just for us. So
we're just going to circulate it around WhatsApp, like my Auntie Julie sent around that voice note of that woman. Still, so many questions about that woman. Why does she live on an island? Why is there a Spanish doctor getting information directly from China?
I don't know.
Why is she the one having to relay the information to the world? Just so many questions that I want to know. Maybe we'll put in a little clip of it just so you can hear.
Yeah.
Mainly the clip of her going, drink hot water every 20 minutes. I was like, excuse me? Absolutely not.
You can try and make me.
Bore right off. Let's talk about something non-quarantine. Rosé.
That's non-quarantine. Although I am isolating, so I'm not sure if But yes, Rosé.
I was gonna introduce a question.
Oh, you're going to ask me a question.
Yeah.
Have at it.
I'm currently thinking of the question. Through the magic of editing, this will not happen.
I forgot where I got to. Right.
I don't know. You were kind of just in a circle.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
stop trying to talk so professionally.
No, I'm just shooting the shit.
No,
yours. No, right. It's good to think about the future. And how you can better yourself from something negative. The country is not going to go back to the way it was, hopefully, because there are so many things that we can improve on. We should never want to be how we were before. But personally, I was kind of in a bit of a dip of like with my drag. Like I was doing different opportunities and gigs that were forthcoming, but I wasn't being very proactive.
And then they all got cancelled.
Yeah, exactly. What I did have was shot to death. So, you know.
Yeah, what's the tea with Miss Drag UK? Is the whole thing just been postponed until further notice?
So yes, Miss Drag UK, the biggest UK drag pageant. It was due for, was it this weekend? No, last weekend. Anyways,
last weekend, yeah.
It has been rescheduled. It was postponed to we have a standing date of June 14th. So there have
to stand till the June 14th.
Standing date for then, because obviously we might not be in a much better place by then. Hopefully things have moved along in a few months' time, but we don't know how this is going to develop. So
oh god, okay, fair. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that would be good. There are so many finalists who are so eager and ready to enter for their chance to win a title, but unfortunately it had to definitely be pushed back because it was like an incubator in there, like so many fags and hags, all like hot and bothered, sweating, too many drag queens.
The last thing you want is just like an incubation of coronavirus to house its way into Kent.
No, exactly.
Thank you.
It would have been fucking Corona time down there. Like it would have been ridiculous. So it's
2 for 1.
It was a sensible choice by the pageant producers. So big thumbs up to them.
Definitely.
But all tickets have been refunded. So if you want to come and support, I will be there as a judge, and it should be a fun time.
Oh, so it's just another free-for-all for tickets again when they do eventually re-announce it?
Actually, no, that might be conjecture. That might be just full misinformation. I will have to check that. But some people might not be able to make it down because of the change, so you never know.
Some people might be dead.
I'll rephrase. If you can come along. It'll be fun.
Right, I'll see. I might be washing my hair that day. We'll have a look.
There's so much of it.
So much, yeah. Oof. Back of the arms. Rosé, I've got something fun we can talk about.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You had a Netflix party date with someone the other night, and why don't you tell everyone what happened?
Oh, so I was video chatting, watching Quarantine with someone, and
with a boy.
It was a boy. Actually, to be fair, I've known him for years. No, he's a lovely fella. He's a sweetheart. I wouldn't mind a slice, but
You on FaceTime like, show us your balls.
That definitely wasn't what I was like, because I ended up falling asleep, and I got sent a picture of me asleep on fucking video chat. Mouth fucking agape. It was ridiculous.
Mouth wide open, like head rolled back. It's
mouth wide open, like I was at the dentist. It was ridiculous. But so that's the one dangerous thing. If you are going to do one of these Netflix parties, keep your mouth shut and stay awake.
Keep your eyes open and your mouth shut. You heard it here first, folks. Those are the tips to surviving the quarantine with Rosé Zinfandel.
So I've got to ask you, dear. how are you dealing in sexual solitude, Monroe?
In sexual solitude?
Yes. Because obviously we can't go out and meet anyone at the club.
No, anyone at the club. I'm just having a wonderful time of being a eunuch, to be honest.
How is abstaining doing for you?
I have fully removed my genitalia in order to become a eunuch. No, I've just kind of resorted to the fact that, I'm not going to be able to like meet anyone or see anyone at the moment. So I just kind of stand on the balcony and like wave down to gentlemen as they walk past, like, won't you please come up sometime? Come up to my office. Letting down my golden weaves.
Modern day Rapunzel.
Yeah, but it's only one floor up, so it's not that hard to scale.
So what I'm hearing is
get up quite easily.
There's a fine young man yelling up to you on your balcony saying, Monroe, let down your Dettol wipe. and then they grab it.
Yeah.
And then you can copulate.
And then I just like that was the sound of a, that was apparently the sound of a fishing line.
The sound of intimacy.
Kind of fishing line them in. The sound of it. That's the sound I make when I'm excited. So I just it just resorted to the fact that for the next few weeks I'm probably just going to have to be a lonely, destitute old woman, and I'm okay with that because I quite like walking around by candlelight at night time, so that's okay.
God, you're like a lost spirit.
That is also the sound I make as a spirit.
The Corona Banshee.
That's a mood. That's very me.
Huge mood. Unbelievable scenes.
Just like wailing around.
Christ. Oh, actually, that's a good little segue. Let's hop aboard. Let's hop aboard the segue. Are you on? Are you on this?
I'm on.
Are you on the
Let's go.
segue? Ready? Let's have a before we close out. Let's have a brief spotlight song of the pandemic. This is the Cardio Bronchitis remix of Coronavirus, and then I'll play it here.
Oh my god.
Guess what, bitch? Coronavirus! Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Shit is real! Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Shit is real! Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Shit is real! Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Shit is real! Coronavirus! Shit is real!
Oh, wasn't that incredible? What an amazing track in these dark times.
And that was Cardi B with Coronavirus coming in at number 3 today.
I mean, we were listening to it at the same time as you. It was completely live, so we're still
It was completely live.
We're still in awe. It's fantastic.
The charts at the moment are just that. She is both winning and losing the chart. You don't win the chart.
I won the chart.
Mum, I won the charts. I won Top of the Pops.
Every singer's dream. So why don't you actually introduce, like, kind of we're on a similar playing field, what we do. So why don't you just
This is true.
tell us who we are, because we didn't really introduce ourselves properly.
Oh, we didn't. We kind of just expected people to know who we are. Well, so my name is Monroe Adams, as I said before, a drag queen, singer, actor, singer, dancer, magician, comedian, model, and mattress. No, I'm a drag queen from London, winner of Taylor Trash's Gold Rush Season 2, resident queen at CMYK in Wimbledon. Well, I'm now the manager-in-chief at CMYK in Wimbledon. You might have heard me singing a couple of ditties. You might have seen me running around. Oh, excuse me, coughing on my line.
I was gonna cut that out.
Well, didn't think about that. Yeah, you might have heard me singing a couple of ditties. You might have seen me running around dressed as a lemon. The facets of my drag are an enigma.
And limitless.
They're limitless. They're limited. They're very limited. Very limited. What about you? Who are you? Where did you come from? What are you doing in my house?
So I crawled out of some crevasse many years ago to become Rosé Zinfandel. I'm a singing, twirling, very, very simple-minded. I twirl because I can't dip.
This is true. But the twirl is like she loses all feeling in her arms, so they just kind of like shake.
It's like with dunking chips in sauce. It's either a twirl or a dip. There's no middle ground. I am the winner of Miss Publicity Drag UK at Miss Drag UK Pageant Competition Awards Competition Celebration. I make music. I do things. I'm at places. I'm a heart front wig. I'm a lace front wig. I'm a cack-eyed shoe.
Wig.
I'm a pussycat wig. I'm no wig. I'm a wig cap. I'm many things, but ultimately, same as Monroe, nothing at the moment, because we're artists out of work. So
we're nothing if we don't have our craft.
Or each other.
I'm all right.
Yeah. Stay put.
Personally,
sicko.
doing all right. Yeah, stay over there.
But
Coffee McGee.
yeah, so we just thought we'd get together and do what we do best and just shoot the shit, talk some smack, and just try and bring some light into these potentially troubling times.
These dark times. Yeah, exactly. So our plan of this, we didn't really have a plan of this. I kind of woke up this morning and went, "Oi, let's do a podcast and just talk absolute nonsense," which I feel like is all we do. No matter what the gig is, if we're at the gig, we will inevitably just end up just chatting absolute shite on the stage, whether people want it or not. So I thought, in lieu of that, let's just give them that anyway, but for free. No one has to pay for it.
Exactly. We will be tagging maybe a PayPal.me just in case someone wants to tip. If you
want to tip us, then
but non-compulsory. This is absolutely free content, and as everyone should be doing, it's absolutely not compulsory for you to be able to support us, because it's hard times on everyone.
Hold on to your penny.
Hold on to your pennies if you need them. Absolutely.
If you've not got much money, hold on to your pennies, because you might need them for when the stock market crashes again.
Exactly. If we wanted to force your hand and get some quick coin, we would have put this on a Patreon. We would have done this on a OnlyFans, but we'll give this.
I would have come round to your house with a gun and just been like,
robbed
put it in the bag. Put it in the bag.
It's the purge.
Give us that Fabergé egg.
It's the purge.
This is the purge. These are purging times.
Exactly. Purging times indeed, sister.
Purging times indeed. Well, on that bombshell, I think it's time for us to sign off of the first episode, don't you?
Yeah. So I mean, this has been a whirlwind of a time. So Monroe, where can people find you on Instagram?
They can find me on Instagram at Miss Monroe Adams, 1D, because 1D is enough for me. What about you?
People can find me on Instagram at Rose Accented, because there's a xenophobia against letters with accents.
This is very true. Right, well, while we sign off from today, Rosé, what's one thing you're going to do today in self-isolation? What are you going to do with your day?
So I'm going to bury my left foot in a plant pot and just see what happens.
Oh, amazing. And I'm going to just hold my hands up to the sky and wait for a pigeon to fly through so I can catch it.
Incredible times.
Wonderful times indeed.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for welcoming us. We want to welcome you.
So
we'll see. We'll see you next time on
the QuaranQueens.